Hi there, weavers. I'm kind of sitting in the dark here, not because it's dark, but because there's so much light coming in the window over there. I have woven this double weave front of this shawl to the point where I think I need to go down and start taking from the back and actually weaving the two layers together. Which is why the camera is so much farther away from me than usual, because I want to try and include the back of the loom and the front. What I have to do now is go around the back of the loom, find the first thread from the first heddle. I gotta find it on the back too. And it's not gonna work right, so we're gonna go find the first thread of the left-hand side of or the right-hand side of the loom, snip it off at the back, pull it through the heddle, through the reed, and weave it across. Now that thread happens to be a top layer thread, so I am going to weave it through the bottom layer. I got my handy dandy scissors. Time to go around the back of the loom. You probably can't see it because it's a black thread and you're far away, but so that was a top one. Now I've switched from using a boat shuttle to a stick shuttle, and I'm going to go through the bottom layer. I hope I'm in the right place here. And it's changing my treadling direction too, so there we go. First one through. Now we're going to go get the next one. I don't need that separating stick anymore either. This is where this project turns into super putsy, because I have to walk around the back of the loom for each warp thread. Close the shed so that these two threads will be closer together, and walk around the back of the loom. So here we go again. One more done. Grab the scissors, walk around the back, find the next thread, snip, walk around the front, pull that thread through, use the shuttle to push it all the way across, beat. You can probably tell already this is a very slow process, but I wanted you to see how I was starting. I'll show you a little bit more in just a little bit. I'm not going to leave the camera running too much longer. So I'm pulling through the next thread. This was a top layer thread, I believe. So it's going to go down onto the bottom layer and become weft, even though it started out as warp. Now I will get the neck, go around the back and get the next one. Okay, this was a bottom layer thread, so we'll pull it up above and weave it through the top. Hopefully you get the idea. And at this point, just because I've done 4 threads, these 2 layers are now connected, and there's still 2 layers as far as weaving, but when I unfold it, it will become 1 layer. So we'll show you a little bit more in a little while. Okay. Well, weavers, I'm doing an experiment here. I've got 2 cameras looking at this. One is up this way, that's my cell phone. Hopefully my finger shows up on at least one of these. The other one is up here, that's my regular camera that I usually use for doing online videos like this, YouTube or Rumble or wherever I decide to post this. And if I can figure out in the editing software to make both pictures show up side by side, I will. I'm doing this conversion of warp to weft, which I think I've mentioned before. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull the beater bar forward, and I'm going to go back and grab the first 2 threads in this, which will be shafts 1 and 2, and pull these threads off to the side just a little bit so that I can find them when I go around the back of the loom, because now I have to take my scissors and go around the back of the loom and cut off the very first one. So I'm going to disappear out of the view of the camera for just a second. Go around the back of the loom, cut off 1 warp thread. Come around the front of the loom, push the beater back, grab that warp thread, pull it through. That was a treadle number 1, shaft number 1, which is a top layer warp thread, so it is going to become a bottom layer weft thread. Push it through, beat. I'm going to go back and get the next one from the back of the loom. Hopefully you guys can see, with whichever camera sees it, that I've got that loose thread now. That was a bottom layer warp thread, so it becomes a top layer weft thread going through, and I'm just using the stick shuttle to just push them through. We'll gently beat on that. Now I'm going to go back and move over the next 2 heddles, the threads on the next 2 shafts. Shaft number 3 will be a top layer warp thread, so we'll cut that off. pull it through, and it will become a bottom layer weft thread. Go back and get the next one. This was a bottom layer weft thread, so now it becomes a top layer. It was a bottom layer warp thread, I said that wrong. Becomes a top layer weft thread. And at this point, I should have 12 threads here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So, but they're all mixed together, top and bottom layer. I'm going to lay the shuttle on top here, and I've measured out and marked on this stick shuttle inches. So I'm going to cut this excess thread off. There's my excess thread, more than I need. Throw that in the wastebasket. Now I'm going to step on the treadle that is used simply for separating the two layers. So I've got the top threads. I'm going to grab my little comb and pull out these threads. There's 2 threads, 4 threads, 6 threads. Set that down, grab the fringe twister. We're twisting fringe for only the top layer. Put those into the, pull it out to the side so I keep a little tension on it, and twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we'll take these out of the fringe twister and tie a knot in them. So that's a twisted fringe of the top layer. Pull that off to the side. Let's do the same thing with the bottom layer. There's 2 threads, 4 threads, and 6 threads. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. We'll undo this. 1, 2, 3. Set down our fringe twister up on the shelf. We've got the untwisted. There we go. And there we've got some more weft threads twisted. If you're looking here, you can see I've got this one purple thread going sideways. That's because one of my warp threads broke, and I had to tie in an extra piece. And it broke right where the color changed from black to purple. So I've got a little bit of extra in there, and I had to just put that in as a place to keep it so it wouldn't unravel. Okay, that's enough for this. I am going to continue to do this 12 trips around the back of the loom, cut off individual threads, bring them through, thread them through. Once I get another 12, I will do the French twisting again. 6 threads on the top layer, 6 threads on the bottom layer, and keep doing that. And I've got quite a ways to go, but hopefully you can see that I've got a lot of area here that's opened up. There's cloth down there. Here's where the line is that converts warp to weft. And we still have some work to do on this one. Okay, weaver friends, I'm getting very close to the end of this. You can hopefully see decently here where the fold is. Down here's the part that's much more done. And I've got a little over 2 inches to go. So I'm going to move a couple more treadles out of the way and cut off a few more warp threads, which are going to become weft threads. You're going to see me moving around past the camera to go around the back of the loom. I have pretty much stopped using this monster stick shuttle because this has reached the point where I can just push the threads through much easier by hand. So this was a bottom one, so it became a top weft. Move 2 more treadles over, get them unstuck, go back around and get the next. This is a top one, so it's going to go through the bottom. Actually, I wonder, I might be able to reach this bottom through the top. How much distance do I have here? 6, 7. I don't even have to go around the back. I can reach through like this and cut. So we'll go there. Bottom one becomes top. What one is this? Is 3. Top one becomes bottom. Bottom becomes top. Okay, we've got, now, I'm still doing the twisted fringes while it's on there, so I'm going to measure out the right length here. Cut these off. I think I need to move the camera just a little bit so you can see me twisting fringes. And we'll do the top layer first. Two. So I've got 6 threads, doing them in little bits of 2s into each of the 3 alligator clips. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's one more. We'll do the same thing on the bottom. Got to pick up all the threads though. One. Okay. I'm hoping you guys can see this decently. I wish I had a way to get the camera over my other shoulder, but I don't have a decent way of doing that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, now I have decided I'm not going to carry this all the way down to the very last thread here for a couple of reasons. One, it becomes harder to do when there's only a very few threads left that you just can't keep the tension on them. And the other thing is, if I cut it off now, at the very end when I do twist the fringes separately, we'll get a little notch effect on the back of the shawl. So I'm going to loosen the warp a little bit more. Take it out. And measure. And I'm just going to cut it off right now completely from the loom with about 2 inches of warp threads remaining. Done. So now let's loosen this, the wind up beam, and pull the whole thing off. back you up just a little bit. Can't back you up too much further. And grab a scissors right about there. I'm going to go down a little bit farther than I need to. I can always trim it later when I'm... So... And there we are. This is now completely cut off the loom. I'll show it to you again in a little bit better fashion when I can stand up and show it to you. Well, weaving friends, this shawl is done. I spent a couple hours yesterday afternoon and evening finishing all the twisted fringes, getting it all ready. So I'm ready to show it to you, but it's better seen being worn. And my wife's a little camera shy, so I've asked my girlfriend to model it for you, and I'm going to bring her up a little bit closer. I think I may have to aim the camera down just a little bit so you can see her. Let's back this up a little. There she is. So you can see at the front we've got these stripes, a green stripe, light blue, darker blue, and purple. Purple doesn't show up real great in this color. You can't see real well, but up on her shoulders there is a red stripe here. Might show up better if I ask her to turn sideways. So there's the red stripe. It's a wider stripe at the front. And of course, black stripe, orange, black, yellow, and black. Okay. Let's aim you over just a little bit more. And then I'll ask her to turn around and show you the back. And this is where it was joined. So after the red stripe, we start with a little bit of black, and here's where it's joined. Then the stripes from the front, the green, light blue, darker blue, and purple, all come down and meet at the center. And you can see here just a little bit of the purple. I know that the light isn't the greatest, but I still think you can see enough to know what this looks like. So there she is, modeling this shawl for you. It is two parts. You know, the front is very visible. It's cotton. It turned out fairly well, I think. The ends per inch where I did the fold to get it to come together where the join is at the back wasn't quite square. It's a little bit of a chevron shape, but I still think it looks pretty good. So that's this L or V, depending on how you hold it and look at it, cotton shawl, and I'm happy with it. So there we go. And my girlfriend's happy with it. So anyways, folks, you know the usual drill. It comes at the end of my videos and the beginning of almost everybody else's. If you like my videos, give me a like. Give me a subscription. Make a comment. Share this. Whatever you feel best with. And until the next time around on Weaving on Video, and I don't know what's going to be the next project. I only finished this off the loom yesterday. I haven't really thought about what's going to be next. So until then, Bye-bye.